everyone, welcome to another episode of Just the Tip. I think this is the second episode now. Today, just a quick one. Again, keep it short. We're going to talk about how often you should rotate exercises in your training program. Usually, as a general rule of thumb, the earlier you are in your training, the more often you can get away with swapping exercises and changing them around, doing something different. The more experienced you are, the stronger you are in training, then the longer you should stick with a certain exercise before you change it. So what I mean by, as an example, is you see often people have certain exercises for one block, a block usually being, say, 4 weeks. And for those 4 weeks, they'll do the same exercise. And then the next block, you typically may see that people change all the exercises. Sometimes it's even worse. It's every second or third week that people change up all the exercises. Sticking with the same exercise is not as big a problem as changing them too quick. You can and you should stick with the same exercise for a longer period of time, especially if that exercise is a corrective exercise or it's an exercise that specifically targets a weakness of yours in a lift. Whether it be powerlifting or weightlifting, whatever it may be. The longer you stick with that corrective exercise, the better it's probably going to be for you in the long term because it's efficiency of training. So it all comes down to the principles of specificity and also the principle of variety, or variation. So specificity wise, obviously whatever you pick is got to go with what your ultimate goal is, but also you got to account for the principle of variation, where introducing variation can bring about further results or better results, both psychologically and also physiologically. So if you've been training for longer, if you're doing something that's a corrective exercise or you're doing something that's an exercise that's targeting weakness, then stick with an exercise for longer before you change it. If you're more of a beginner, then you can change it earlier, but it's probably not as good an idea. You would probably be better off sticking with something for a little bit longer. Until the next episode. Welcome to episode number 1 of Just the Tip. We're going to be going through day by day, and the aim is to do a short